I told you, what did I tell you? Told you last week, right? Nobody wants to go celebrate dead babies. Are you shocked? Audio soundbite, we got some fun stuff, right? Let's see. Audio soundbite 13, Herman Cain. Who's running America?
Stupid people are running America, and I'm glad some of them stay home.
They're ruining it.
The solution is real simple, folks. Those of us that are informed have got to outvote the stupid people.
True. Yeah, see? Audio soundbite 9, the president on his working families thing right now that's happening at the White House. Listen to this.
It's funny you talk about dads who want to spend time with their kids. When they leave work, I wish you could do something about this, and it's to be with their kids. Everyone's like, oh,
isn't that so sweet?
Great dad, he's amazing. Meanwhile, we're sneaking out.
Yeah.
Hoping that no one notices that we're doing what we're supposed to do.
No, I think you're right. I think there's a little bit of a double standard there.
Totally.
Where we now encourage men to be engaged in their children's lives as if they're doing something special.
We now encourage it?
Whereas women,
really?
When they do it, oftentimes people say, you see, she's not fully committed to the job.
Wait a minute, like when he said, who wants to be punished with a baby? Or,
right.
wait, what was it? What was it when Health and Human Services were using the bro choice? Hey, support your girlfriend killing your baby. Yay, bro choice. Hashtag bro choice. Is that what they mean by encouraging men to be in their children's lives? Or when we're constantly berating the American male as some sort of sexist because women aren't just gifted free whatever they want. That? Because it sounds like they're doing everything possible to berate men and make them feel small. I am so tired of what society is doing to the man. I feel bad for the American man. Now, not all of you. Some of you. I do not feel sorry for the American men that wear scarves indoors on summer days. You deserve to sweat. I don't feel bad for you. Stop being a hipster. Or, for instance, I don't feel bad for the American man that drives his truck like a woman. Did I tell you I saw that the other day? I was at the supermarket. And I feel like I'm just going to be very frank. You guys know that I don't sugarcoat my words, right? Brace yourselves. No, not really. I've not been shy about it. I want to get a big giant truck and I want some balls on the back of it. I'm not lying. Why? Because it would be hysterical. I want it so bad. How funny would that be? Right?
Is this what Texas has done to you?
No, that's what the Ozarks have, except in Texas, they're fake plastic balls.
All right.
Up in the Ozarks, now in the Ozarks, they're actual deer balls.
All right.
Kane. Except I think that's been outlawed, which means absolutely nothing.
That's fine.
Just so you know.
That's enough.
Anyway, where was the talk? Oh, so anyway, I was at the supermarket, and I watched a big, giant truck. It was a white truck. It was like I think it was a Ram or something, extend cab. I don't even know what I would haul in the truck, by the way. I don't even know what I would do with that bed. I have no idea. Carry all my guns in it when I go to the range? I don't know. Anyway, back to my story. So I was sitting there because my husband had to go in and get some batteries for our kids' Xbox control, long story. So while he ran in, I was sitting there and I was watching this truck try to park. And it was the oddest thing because he came in the right way, and I had no idea what sex this person was. Came in the right way. And tried to pull in and then had to back out and go in, had to back out. And it was like watching, and I know I use this analogy to death, but it was so true. It was like watching a toddler sit on the floor with one of those shape sorters. And it's so frustrating to watch them. They have this circular piece and they keep trying to beat it into the square hole and it's just not happening. If you send any of this to Dave Glover, I'll fly there and kick you in the head. And I was watching this person do that. And finally, they got the truck in the parking spot, and I'm like, I can't wait to see this lady. It was a man. I don't feel bad for those American men. Do not get yourself a big old truck if you cannot drive it, because I will laugh at you. So, anyway, I feel bad for the American man except those two guys, or any American man that listens to disco. I'm sorry. That's a horrible, horrible assault on music. We can't be friends. Or if you drink Zima. See, I have few exceptions. Or if you wear I'm not in a corduroy, And then after that, then I'm all for the I feel bad for the American male.
They still make Zima?
They're under attack. What? Coming up, we got Stephen Yates. Keep it here.
The Dana Show. Talk lines are open now at 866-455-9797. This is The Dana Show.
I'm going to be filling in for my boss, Glenn Beck, on his television show until July 2nd. We're going to be able to do a lot of fun stuff. So an additional live hour every day. So that'll be fun. We have a lot of good stuff. One of the things we're going to get into is we're going to talk about immigration. We're also going to talk about the Mississippi slap fight happening right now between Thad Cochran and Chris McDaniel. And I want to, coming up, get into the story that I saw it on BuzzFeed, and I've seen a couple of websites write about this, but the story of where Thad Cochran's daughter criticized Chris McDaniel, and Chris McDaniel said something back, and it's Thad Cochran's adult daughter, by the way, who's a liberal. And so now it's like this big, he attacked Thad Cochran's daughter. Oh, please. We're also going to discuss immigration as well. And last week, Texas Governor Rick Perry ordered a border surge. It's being called by some like this humanitarian crisis. Apparently, in one particular part of the Texas-Mexico border, the Rio Grande Valley there, they had 160,000 illegal immigrants at one time, when usually that's like close to something like what the total is for the year. This is amazing. And I kind of have to wonder too, if it's not coordinated. I'll explain why. We have this and a lot of other stuff to get to. Stephen Yates is with the DC International Advisory. He also advised Dick Cheney. You can find him online at dciadvisory.org. Stephen, good afternoon to you.
Hi, Dana. Great to be with you.
It's always good to speak with you. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I know that you aren't as well. But I kind of have to wonder, at least, in this situation happening at the border, there was the story that, what was this, like back in January, I think the story was. The story that somehow there were, it was on fedbizops.gov, that the federal government was looking for vendors to help escort illegal immigrant children. And they posted this information January. It said ICE is seeking Immigration and Customs Enforcement is seeking the services of a responsible vendor that shares the philosophy of treating all UAC with dignity and respect. Blah, 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 blah. Demand escort services for non-criminal, non-delinquent, unaccompanied alien children. It seems to me, and I want to ask you this, because it is an international thing, because we're talking about our border. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people now crossing the border. It seems like there's a surge of immigrants coming in. Do you think, knowing that ICE was looking for escorts as far back as January, does this sound coordinated to you at all?
Well, there are a lot of echoes that would make it seem like that. And, of course, we lived through Fast and Furious, where we did have the government involved in a coordinated effort where they essentially created a problem to try to solve a problem. It just didn't go the way they had hoped. And maybe this is a replay in a different kind of issue set where, in a way, they have created a problem. And they created the problem with what the president said. Whether he intended it or not, I tend to believe he did intend it. He sent out a verbal signal that if people's children come here, that they'll be taken care of, and they'll basically form anchors by which the parents and the rest of the family would be able to come and have a path to citizenship. So everything the administration has done has been to set a green light. Something clearly must have happened in recent months to bring this outcome about, because this is a very different pattern of behavior compared to what we've seen over multiple decades of migration across our border. So something changed. And we don't yet have any indication of what it was. We have not had this kind of a flood of young people, not from Mexico, brought into Mexico and then escorted across the border. So something has changed. I tend to believe there had to have been a signal sent somewhere, somehow. We don't have evidence yet, but there's every reason to believe the Obama administration welcomes this.
Right. One of the reasons that this, obviously is so concerning for so many different reasons, but in terms of I look at what's happening in the Middle East, and I hear the calls from someone on our side, Stephen, who's saying, oh, well, we need to go and get involved. We can't have